If I die with the spray can in my hand, great. If I die with a brush in my hand, great. I can't see myself doing anything else if it's not art related. My name is Jeff Henriquez. I live in Brooklyn, New York. I'm a full-time artist and I specialize in fine art muralism, urban landscape, and fine art portraiture. Both my parents are Dominican. My mother is from Puerto Plata. My father's from the capital. And they actually, I believe they met in New York and got married in New York and then had my sister in '65. And then around 70, 71, a lot of the buildings were catching fire and I think my father just was like, couldn't do New York anymore. So he got a job in Lynn, Massachusetts. That's where I was born. And he had like a good job at General Electric and had a pension and insurance. So I grew up there. Growing up, coming back and forth to New York all the time, it was like a good once a month. We spend a whole weekend at my aunt's house. And she lived like on 186th and Amsterdam, around there. We load up in the back and we'd go and I would have that recharge. Because in my house, that was how it was. You didn't really feel like you were here nor there. You're like, oh, this is how it is. And it was always here because it's where my family started. When I came back to live on my own here, I discovered that Brooklyn was a more art-friendly, or say you could start a financial future with your art in Brooklyn. You could make it. Those two areas for me are both special, man. Washington Heights is a Dominican core of the city. Brooklyn just gave me a chance to let me do what I do. For that, I'll always be grateful to Brooklyn. I lived in Bushwick from 2013, 14. I was there for like 3 years and I saw Bushwick just getting started, more or less, with the murals. But then it had just started to reach this tipping point where then it was just an explosion. And so for like 4 years in a row, there was this incredibly explosive amount of energy that comes out of there. And then with that comes people that, you know, a developer will put a nice posh building in the middle. So you're offering them luxury and raw street art culture in Brooklyn, New York. This is a mural of my niece. Bushwick Collective offered me a little spot to do a piece for the block party. I thought this one was perfect. We are part of the reason why neighborhoods become appealing for gentrifiers. So we're artists, is what we do. We don't make gentrifier money, but when they see us there, then they show up and then we get priced out. There are some places where the art is really everything. It's like Bushwick is one of those places. If you took the art out of Bushwick, everybody would immediately start to migrate somewhere else, or the culture would be significantly shifted. I don't know if anything led me to become an artist, but it was more like a tool, and then I could escape and be somewhere else. So as long as I'm at a desk or if I'm painting or I'm doing something, number one, people will leave me alone. As funny as that sounds. But also, people will say, yo, that's dope. Mainly my mother and my sister. So that's who I got all my encouragement from. And so as long as I was busy making art, I was making them proud and I was expressing myself and getting away from the world. What was dope is that my mother was always supportive of any kind of art stuff that I was doing. I wasn't sure where to go with it at the time, but I just stayed in love with it. And also, one of the things is that when my mother or sister who raised me, oftentimes they would have, you know, problems in their relationships or something. But I was too small to put up a fight. So I would make art and do drawings for my sister to like cheer her up. I would set it up so that my mother could see me working on all my stuff and she'd come over and she'd be happy to see that. So it was either making them laugh or showing them some creative stuff. So I grew up using art as a way to get positive reactions from people. My favorite quote of all time is, find something you love and let it kill you. For me, that's appealing because I have a bit of an addictive nature sometimes. So like I'll binge something or I'll jump into something until I grind and there's nothing left and I pass out and then I move on to something else. But I always come back to that one thing I love. During the Prodigy mural, the guy that messed up the mural showed up and said, hey man, now you stop it, right? I'm being kind of grandpa about it, right? And I was like, yo, I have to fix this now. I'm gonna be here while, the whole time. So he says, okay, I'll be back. And I'm like, ah, crap. I was pretty sure he was gonna come back with his goons. I was dead positive. I was like, well, here it goes. So for a while, I was fucking terrified. I was terrified. So I'm up there like this with the can. I said, well, either this spray paint or my brains are gonna be on this wall. One of those two was happening today. Nah, but that was pretty scary.
Remember P, the one you got your whole style from. Remember me, the one you got your rhyme style from.
Describing my own style is like saying all of the things that I like to do on a canvas. I like to think of it as I don't really have a style, because if I make my work stylistic, then it can be less subjective, less objective, and I'm not satisfied by that. I can't just do three things and have that be my thing. I'm a technical person, so I like to paint technically challenging things. So that's where a lot of the fun comes from. I'm inspired a lot by the things that I see just walking down the street. So most of my paintings aren't of walls with stuff on them. Sometimes they're mailboxes or something that's sort of transient, right? Like a payphone. A payphone and a mailbox in a doorway can be symbols for like a passage or like a communication of some kind. Those things that people just put their stickers on, they put their marks on. And so it becomes like this evolving piece of archaeology. And you see things develop on it, and they're fascinating. If you take a picture of the same mailbox in January and shoot it again in June, then shoot it again in December, you see what people have done to it and marks they put on it. It's like a little dialogue happening on some of these objects, and they're dope to see. Every mural that I've done has incorporated something completely different than the previous one. So I did, for example, like a forced collaboration with James Rosenquist called Let It Fly in Wisconsin. James Rosenquist was one of the original like hyper-realist painters in the 1960s when modern art had like this big push, right? Like just after the war. That was one of my favorite pieces. It was just so much fun to do. A piece of advice that I would give to a young artist coming up is, number one, to stay in love with your craft. Don't fall out of love with making the art. That's the most important thing. And then after that, take a business class. Learn how to sell your work without selling yourself. That's what I would recommend. In terms of the direction of street art culture in general, it's still really exciting to see what the young talent is doing. And their abilities are wild. It's good to see that there's more people of the creative nature who has the technical skill and can really compose beautiful pieces. That's great to see. I'm very grateful that I've been blessed with the ability to do art full time and try to keep my soul intact. Like I get up and it's like, yo, really? I look out the window, I see this nice yard, and I really try to put it in perspective, man, so that my gratitude is grounded. My name is Jeff Henriquez. Thanks for hanging out with us. We'll see you next time. Peace.